Well, it definitely feels good to be back in the shop and getting things back under construction. I ended up starting like 3 projects at the same time, so this place is a huge mess now. So I do want to give you a quick update on what's going on with the building and then also what's going on with the projects I've started. And I got a couple questions for you guys that I want you to answer. So I'll start by answering some questions that came up in the last video. Let's start with the shop being torn down. In the last video, several of you asked me, shouldn't the city be compensating you for taking your land? And the answer is yes and no. It's not quite what you think. It's not a full eminent domain buying the property. What they're doing is adding in easement and utilities, which is a different thing. I did not know that this existed, but please take a minute to look it up before you comment on it, because it is a thing, and they don't have to give me the full value of the land. They're going to pay me for the, I guess what you call an inconvenience, for digging my land up and changing some stuff and putting the utilities there. But they're also going to be sloping the land for the road, which means I won't really be able to use it anymore. That's the complicated part. Several of you even went so far as to say you should get a lawyer and you should try to get them to buy the whole land. And, I just don't know. Right now, I'm mostly focused on getting my shop going and getting life back moving again. I don't want this to be a holding point. It's going to be another 3 to 6 months before I find out how much they're even offering me for the inconvenience of adding the easement. So we'll just see what happens with that, and then I'll decide if I need to take further action. But at the end of the day, they're going to tear this thing down one way or the other. So I don't want to waste too much energy trying to fight that process in order to be taken down anyway. I know that sounds way more negative than I really want it to be. I'm happy the road is expanding. I hate driving down that road. It just kind of sucks to be in the way of it. So the thing I want to ask you guys about is my projects that are coming up. So I've been thinking a lot about doing some stuff related to CNC. I've got a couple of motors that I've put out on the workbench and I've started tinkering with them. I took these 2 out of one of those industrial printers. In fact, there's a video on that. And then I bought a couple of larger ones for a project out there that I have. But what I want to know is, what do you guys want to know about CNC? So leave me some comments. Let me know if you're even interested in a video on CNC. And then, well, I know you guys are interested. What I really want to know is, what kind of specific questions do you have that you'd like to have me cover in a series of videos related to CNC machines, stepper motors, and things like that, okay? I do have another question that's kind of a personal question. You don't have to answer it, but it's something I'm really curious about. I love it when I get emails from people who say, I'm a mechanical engineer in Virginia, or I do industrial design, or I'm an architect, which is an email I got just a couple of days ago. And I get really excited to hear from you guys. So I just want to know, how many of you do this for a living? Like, this is your profession. You either make things for a living, you are a mechanical or electrical engineer, or you do architecture, construction, anything like that. In fact, I'm going to put a little questionnaire up here and you can just check the one that applies. You might just be a guy who just loves to watch me work and you don't even have a workshop, and that's fine. But I'm just curious what category you fall into, and that'll give me a better idea of who's watching. And that's purely for curiosity. I just want to know. The last thing I want to tell you about is SolidWorks World. So I've been using SolidWorks for a long time, and I'm finally going to the conference this year that they're having in Dallas, Texas. I'll be there all week. And hey, maybe I can meet some of you guys in Dallas. There's got to be at least a few of you there, right? I tell you what, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're in Dallas, Texas, or send me an email if you don't want to leave a comment. That's fine. And maybe we can meet up while I'm in Dallas. That would actually be pretty fun. I'd love to sit at a table and chat with some fellow makers, designers, whatever you do. And let's try to do that. Anyway, I'm excited to be back in the shop. I look forward to finishing this project and getting some more fabrication videos going. In the meantime, thanks for watching.